What's good, Skol Nation? It's time to rally around our Minnesota Vikings as we gear up for the 2025 season with a new face under center, J.J. McCarthy. The kid who was drafted number 10 overall in 2024 is stepping into massive shoes after Sam Darnold's departure to Seattle. But here's the real talk. Bleacher Report's Christopher Knox just dropped a bombshell, labeling McCarthy as the Vikings' potential biggest bust of 2025. Can you believe that? This news hit like a blitz from Aaron Donald, and it's got the fanbase buzzing. McCarthy missed his entire rookie year with a knee injury, so he's walking into this season with 0 regular season snaps. Yet, the Vikings are betting big on him, passing up a chance to chase a veteran like Aaron Rodgers. That's right, Rodgers was interested, but Minnesota said, "Nah, we're riding with JJ. So what's the deal? Is McCarthy ready to silence the doubters and lead us back to the playoffs? Or are we in for a rough ride? Stick with me as we unpack this wild storyline and see if our boy JJ can prove he's the future of this franchise. What do you think? Is McCarthy the real deal? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Alright, let's set the stage for this Vikings saga. Last season, Sam Darnold shocked the NFL, leading Minnesota to a 14-3 record with 4,300 yards, 35 touchdowns, and a 100.0 plus QB rating. That's Pro Bowl level stuff, folks. But when free agency hit, the Vikings let him walk to the Seahawks, putting all their chips on J.J. McCarthy. This is a bold move for a team coming off its best regular season since 1998. McCarthy, the former Michigan Wolverine, was a national champion in college, but he's got no NFL tape to back him up. A meniscus tear in the 2024 preseason opener sidelined him for his entire rookie year. The only action we saw was a few snaps in that preseason game against the Raiders, and let's just say it left us wanting more. Now, with Darnold gone and no veteran like Daniel Jones or Nick Mullins to lean on, the pressure's on. The Vikings front office is banking on McCarthy's talent and that rookie contract, $5.5 million a year, a steal for a QB. But can he handle the heat? What's your take? Too much, too soon for JJ. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Christopher Knox's brutal prediction. In his latest Bleacher Report column, he didn't hold back, calling McCarthy the Vikings' biggest bust risk for 2025. His reasoning? JJ wasn't an elite prospect, ranked 33rd overall by B/R's scouting team in 2024, and he's stepping into a team with sky-high expectations after last year's success. That's a tough spot for a guy who's basically a rookie. Knox isn't saying McCarthy's career is doomed. He's pointing out that 2025 could be a bumpy ride, facing one of the NFL's toughest schedules, including a grueling NFC North with 4 playoff-caliber teams. JJ's got his work cut out for him. Add in that knee injury recovery, and it's easy to see why some folks are skeptical. But hold up, let's not write him off yet. The Vikings didn't draft JJ at number 10 for nothing. He's got arm talent that TJ Hawkinson called insane. And he's a perfectionist, which is exactly what you want in a QB. Do you think Knox is onto something? Or is he sleeping on our guy? Let me know below. Now, let's flip the script and look at why the Vikings are all in on McCarthy. This kid's got a roster built for success. We're talking a top 5 offensive line, studs like Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, and TJ Hawkinson catching passes, and Aaron Jones running the rock. NFL insider Albert Breer called this a quarterback-friendly roster that most young QBs would kill for. Head coach Kevin O'Connell is another ace up JJ's sleeve. KOC's a play-calling wizard who turned less talented QBs into fantasy football gold. Posts on X from last summer raved about McCarthy's arm talent and how the game was slowing down for him in training camp. That's a good sign, right? Still, the lack of depth at QB is a gamble. Sam Howell's the backup, but he's not pushing JJ for the starting spot. If McCarthy stumbles, there's no veteran safety net. Are you feeling confident in KOC's plan to let JJ cook? Or is this a risky move? Hit the comments. Let's zoom in on McCarthy's journey. At 22, he's set to be the NFL's youngest starting QB in 2025, per NFL on CBS. That's a massive distinction for a guy leading a team that just went 14-3. His college resume screams winner, national champ at Michigan with a knack for clutch plays. But the NFL's a different beast. That knee injury? It was a meniscus tear that required a 9-month recovery. Reports from Heavy.com say JJ's mentally tough and ready for the grind of a full season. During minicamp, ESPN's Dan Orlovsky hyped up McCarthy's potential, saying this roster and O'Connell's scheme could make him shine. But here's the catch. Some ex-posts from last year noted accuracy struggles in camp, with one calling his performance rookie. He's got the tools, but will it click right away? What's your gut telling you about JJ's readiness? Let's hear it. Time to talk about the haters. NFL Network's Adam Rank predicted an 8-9 record for the Vikings, saying McCarthy won't match Darnold's magic and might miss the playoffs. Ouch. Then there's Bleacher Report's Mo Moton, who warned that Minnesota could drop to the NFC North basement. That's a gut punch for a team that was a juggernaut last year. These predictions sting, but they're not the full story. The Vikings fortified their defense in free agency and added offensive line beasts like Will Fries, Ryan Kelly, and Ohio State's Donovan Jackson. This team's built to compete, not collapse. And let's not forget, McCarthy's got 3 years left on his rookie deal, so the Vikings aren't giving up on him anytime soon. What do you make of these gloomy forecasts? Is 8-9 too harsh, or are we in for a reality check? Drop your predictions in the comments and let's talk it out. Let's get to the good stuff, why JJ could prove everyone wrong. Former Viking Adam Thielen, now with the Panthers, dropped a glowing review, saying McCarthy has the potential to be one of the great quarterbacks and a face of the NFL. That's huge praise from a guy who's seen it all. Thielen's not alone. Vikings fans polled by SB Nation's Daily Norseman are hyped, with many expecting JJ to throw for over 3,700 yards and 25-plus touchdowns. Fantasy football folks like Sal Vetri on X are calling McCarthy a steal as the QB18 in drafts. With weapons like Jefferson and a coach like O'Connell, the sky's the limit. Imagine this, JJ slinging a 40-yard dime to Justin Jefferson for a game-winning TD. Can you see it? What's the one play you want to see from McCarthy this season? Share it below. What about the challenges? The Vikings' 2025 schedule is no joke. One of the toughest in the NFL, per Heavy.com. Facing juggernauts like the Packers, Lions, and Bears in the NFC North, plus a brutal slate of non-division games, McCarthy's got to grow up fast. Then there's the pressure of replacing Darnold, who was a Pro Bowler last year. Some ex-posts from March praised the Vikings' faith in JJ, but others, like one from June, claimed he looked awful in minicamp. Anonymous or not, that kind of chatter adds fuel to the doubters' fire. Here's the deal. Every young QB faces growing pains. Patrick Mahomes had M. Peyton Manning had M. Will JJ rise above the noise? Or will the schedule crush him? What's your bold prediction for his first start? Let's hear it. Let's talk contingency plans. If McCarthy struggles early, could the Vikings pivot? Bleacher Report's Brad Gagnon floated a wild idea. A blockbuster trade for a vet like Baker Mayfield if JJ gets off to a horrible start. But let's be real, Minnesota's all in on McCarthy. They didn't sign Rodgers or anyone else for a reason. Sam Howell's the backup, but he's not a serious threat to JJ's job. The depth chart behind him, guys like Max Brosmer and Brett Rippon, isn't exactly screaming takeover. The Vikings are sinking or swimming with McCarthy, and that's that. If things go south, how patient should we be with JJ? A few games? Half a season? Drop your thoughts in the comments and let's debate. Alright, Skull Nation, let's wrap this up with some fire. JJ McCarthy's got the talent, the roster, and the coaching to make 2025 epic. Yeah, the doubters are loud, calling him a bust, predicting 8-9, throwing shade, but we're Vikings fans. We thrive on proving people wrong. McCarthy's got a chance to start a new era. And 28E1D6E6 2B2C4A0A71644665554400000 title equals Vikings_2025 script txt content type equals text/plain era in Minnesota, and I'm pumped to see him sling it. Whether he's throwing bombs to Jefferson or scrambling for a first down, this kid's got the heart of a Viking. Let's show him some love and rally behind our QB1. So what's it gonna be, Skull Nation? Is JJ McCarthy the next big thing? Or are we in for a roller coaster season? Smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe to the channel for all the latest Vikings news. Share this video with your fellow fans, and let's get ready to cheer our purple and gold to the playoffs. Skol, Vikings!